Now it's summer on the horizon and of course the lovely sunshine outside. Many of us toy with the idea of lightening our hair. We have the ultimate guide to becoming blonde or actually lightening our brunette locks as well. Our hairstylist Pamela Morrissey is here with us to take us through it. Pam, great to have you back.
Great to be back in this gorgeous weather.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's magnificent.
Pam, obviously, you know, blondes we associate with highlights, but more and more of us that are brunette are kind of adding little bits of highlights or balayage, say, for example.
Yeah, there are lots of different terminologies, Maura, and lightening is for everybody, is the message here today. Even if you're very dark, you'll see now in the snippets I have here in a minute, lightening comes in many different forms, and it's not just your typical head of highlights going into the salon going blonde, right?
No, totally.
So we have a few different snippets here of celebrity references that I can explain better through. So I think the first one is Jessica Biel, right? Yeah. So Jessica Biel, again, a brunette, right? You'd kind of go, how is this lightening? So she's balayage the end of it. So this is an example of balayage. People think balayage is just blonding, but it's not necessarily. She's got lovely auburn chestnut hues going through underneath here, and it's still not taking from the brunetteness of her face, right?
She's staying with that. Also, then, if you want to take a look at some face framing, you've picked Jennifer Aniston. She's always been very clever with colour, I think.
Exactly. Again, face framing with the layers, but also she's got a lot of baby lighting going on there. Baby lighting is very, very fine highlights close together, extremely fine. And then she always gets a bit heavier around the front. The front is very important for face framing highlights. We have another one here, I think, of our very own Lisa Cannon. Last year, this was done by Brigitte in the salon. Lisa wanted something she was going on holidays and she wanted a little bit of a glow around her face without interfering in her colour. So we, again, face framing highlights around the front. They're not blonde, Maura. They're more of a kind of a
she's very dark.
She's very dark, and she didn't want to change that. She went back to dark soon after, but she just wanted something with a bit of a glow, not too brassy. So this was a kind of a toned face framing highlight.
It works.
They're for everybody.
Yeah, they really do. How would you do it? Do you have so just show us a little bit of a demo.
Face framing highlights. So no, what I have here is a little hack that you could do yourself. We'll take Kim off there now and we'll put Barbara on, and I'll show you the hack that you can kind of play around with yourself. If you have naturally lightened hair and you're going on holidays, and maybe now you'd get your face framing highlights done in the salon. Sorry, now we're having a bit of engineering here. You get your face framing highlights done in the salon, or all highlights. But if you were going on holidays, for instance, we'll say, right, a little bit of lemon juice into a bowl. And you know, when you're out in the sun, Maura, on holidays, you're going to need something on it. Keep some conditioner in it. Keep a leave-in conditioner all the way through.
Is that a spray leave-in you're putting on?
This is a spray Kerastase leave-in conditioner for sensitive hair, right? With your lemon juice, we'll call this a special conditioner then, right? Because we've put some special lemon juice into it, and we're going to mix it around. Lemon juice is citric acid, so it helps to lift. Now, years ago, we would have put lemon juice on its own onto the hair, right?
Yeah, especially blondes.
Exactly, but that's very, it strips. It's very stringent. Exactly, that's the word I was looking for. So with your lemon juice and your conditioner, any kind of conditioner, once it's gentle enough, you're just going to catch these little pieces at the front, right? And gently twist through like this with your conditioner and go off out onto your sun lounger, do whatever you want for the day, and you'll get a very soft, gentle highlight. If you do that for a few days on holidays, you'll certainly come back with a bit of a tan on your hair.
So you're kind of brightening your hair naturally.
Naturally. Now, that's the gentle way to go about it. Go into the salon otherwise and get a few face framing highlights around the face. They'll do this under, not on top of the hair, but underneath, so that you have full control. And again, it's not going to cause regrowth. You know, if you go on it, you'll get regrowth.
Yeah. We're taking a look at Giselle Bundchen here, of course, supermodel that she is. But she's got that kind of natural blonde. It's almost somebody who'd have kind of, say, mousy brown hair, as we'd call it.
Exactly.
We don't say that anymore. But say a lighter brown hair. So you're kind of giving it a little bit of a lift.
She's got a natural dark blonde, we'd call it, right? A nice flat dark blonde. Again, she's a mix of everything, right? So you don't have to go into the salon and go, I want balayage, I want face framing highlights. Have a consultation. Bring a picture, as I always say, bring a picture and talk through it with your hairdresser. Giselle here has a little bit of balayage underneath. She's got some face framing, and I'd say she's got a little bit of baby lighting running through it as well. Again, very personalised.
Yeah,
nothing is set in stone.
The base kind of natural. Almost like your own, Pam. Like, you've got a lot of highlights around the front, but you kept your base kind of more brown.
Exactly. And would you believe my hair hasn't been done since December? Right. But because Hannah did my colour, she put it, again, face framing highlights. She did nothing up around here, and she put a little bit of balayage down the end of it.
More natural.
And I've just been toning it since. And I love the natural base coming through. I have full control, and I'm not overcommitted.
Yeah, and you're not committed.
This is again the traditional head of highlights, right? So it's a full head of highlights this lady wanted. So again, it isn't a typical head of highlights. We personalised it also. She loves tying her hair up, and you'll see here now. She loves tying her hair up, so she needed some underneath. But we didn't want that block of blonde. If you put the same uniformed highlights all the way through, you get a block of blonde. Now, I'm just going to run you through a quick little formula to keep that fresh and bright. So with full blonde hair, it can go dull, it can
brassy.
Brassy, products get built up in it. So 2 tablespoons here of baking powder. Mix through.
Is that just water?
That's just water and baking powder, and it goes lovely and foamy. You see that there? And then, like the meringue, it's probably going to swell out over. On your blonde hair, you're just going to run this through just before you have a shower. Wet your hair down and run this through. Now, baking soda, again, it's like salt. It can be kind of rough on the hair. So you see the pattern I'm going. I'm rubbing it down. I'm not rubbing it in because it'll break the hair. I'm rubbing it down.
And how long would you leave it on,
Leave
Pam?
it a minute only, a minute or 2 maybe. You'll do that maybe twice a week, we'll say, until you achieve the look that you want.
So really it's going to refresh. Is that what you're looking at? It's kind of going to get that chemical build-up out.
It won't go into the hair, but it gets all the build-up and chemical. Yeah, the chemical build-up, chlorine. Don't do it if you're a swimmer is the only thing, because there's enough salt. If you're a sea swimmer, there's enough salt in the sea to be doing that. This is kind of salty as well. It's the same effect. So once or twice a week, it'll clean and refresh. Use a gentle shampoo and a very gentle conditioner and oils afterwards. Brilliant. Nice treatments and oils afterwards, but it will clean your blonde. It'll be magnificent.
Excellent. Thank you for the hacks and, of course, and the step through, of course, we can all have lighter hair, whether you're blonde or a brunette.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Pam.
Pleasure.
Pam's going to be back a little later and we're going to reveal our hairstyle of the week.